Does this evidence establish that the defendant is lying?
Don't ask me. You're the one who's supposed to know.
Oops, sorry. This is all still kind of new to me.
Well, I've got something new for you, too. A new penalty! Objection denied!
This isn't going as smoothly as I hoped. Okay, that was pretty funny. Alright, let's reload. Anyone have any ideas? So, is lunchtime typically at 3? Nope, it's not that. I've already pressed everything. Nope. If the music stops, that's how you know. Okay, I already saw that one. This is the one where he says something weird. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something. That's my bad. Was it Mr. Swallow? Yeah. Okay, maybe it's not this one. Aha! There we go. Tell me about the pharmacology department, because I asked about the time of the meeting. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department.
Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though.
A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity.
Well, that's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere.
That seems unsafe. High-voltage cables?
Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof.
Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Alright, that was my fault.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little grill.
However, there's one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
It's in the photo, you dumb shit.
Well, that is... You're correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. It's obviously the high voltage cables that are right above his body. Oops. Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Fay?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with
Evidence? Of course I know that. Actually, I fucking forgot.
then, Miss Faye, let's see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
Like this. It's literally in front of your eyes. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What the fuck? There's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What?
A severed
Electrical cable, I believe.
Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable...
This judge is a moron. That's me being nice. This judge is a fucking idiot. Twice we had to explain to him who Dollie Hawthorne was. Yes, the
high voltage cable
is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. You said it for me. Yep.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me all the... Okay, boomer!
Now, the victim's cause of death may have indeed been the high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies.
Just punches himself.
The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder
weapon
was a defendant.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have
Proof.
irrefutable proof that will establish Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His
Fingerprints.
Whoops.
Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
This is starting to hurt.
Let's take a look at it. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a
leather jacket.
As you may know, leather holds
Fingerprints.
quite well. This is obviously common knowledge that anyone would know.
You mean...
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket.
Palm print.
Of the defendant's very own hand.
None of it.
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Attention!
Order! That's quite enough. I think we can conclude there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia.
Please stop telling us about your hemorrhoids.
I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No!
I don't know why I put that voice. No, you're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent! Woman's voice, woman's voice, woman's voice!
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
How about his innocence? Ding, 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 ding.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
I can't. I just can't see it. I told you what really happened. Then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. Buttock's health is obviously a priority for the guy. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna dip out for lunch. I'll pop by after if you're still on. Alright, thank you for stopping by, Luna. Enjoy lunch. It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Miss Faye. Well,
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
we've already established the defendant's guilt. There is no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright.
I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further. I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault.
Whoops. Oh, that was a mistake. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about her. About that girl. She hates me for stealing her throat goat status.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
And then he died.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
But you are the murderer.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
Please give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like
I was waiting for that.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
Okay, I'm gonna send the screenshot to Dimitri because he has to suffer as we have. Oh man, it's been a while since I brought up this screen.
The Harlem.
There we go. He can enjoy that. Oh, let's save again.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dollie. So I foos-rodad him. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Throatgoat flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
What this accent is I'm giving him.
Simple an explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had began falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
That's true. Even a doofus like it. Is that how you spell doofus? Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. Oh yeah, this is a different theme as well for the for the testimony and cross-examination. So what kinds of things does Mr. Swallow say to you?
said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
How dare.
Is that all? Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Fay, you heard him yourself.
Oh, boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I went Super Saiyan!
Can you tell me more about what happened in a little more detail?
That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I was all like, "It's over 9,000!" And then I pushed him. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen?
Right! There was nothing like that at all. But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? It was a sparking cable, you dumb shit! Well, I guess it's possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll. Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap ass.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness.
A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
I think I know what it was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim.
You're not qualified to decide that! What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more details. Always ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been...
Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us!
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner.
Oh!
Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the boner.
Miss Fay, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well, yes. This is it, Mia, the new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it in the testimony. God, this is peak Ace Attorney.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. A flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap, shitty umbrella.
Who the fuck keeps messaging me? No one. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you're certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
The umbrella, you mean?
Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me.
Oh.
I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her lore.
Stop hitting me, you fuck!
She kicked him! I'm sorry. Stop hitting people! Mia! After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit, I was furious.
Left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later.
At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? That's what coughing sounds like.
Nope, nobody.
Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier? Possibly sound any phonier?
In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, but yeah. The judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now, we need more info. Info that will help me turn up some contradictions. But it's not under him. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I'd mentioned that.
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right!
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, he wasn't died. After he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
Order! Order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Oh, well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want to present it as evidence immediately.
Owned by the victim found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
But the umbrella could simply have been blown there by the wind.
He was on it. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
Well, shit!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened.
Well done, Mia! Mr. Payne, what the fuck?
Oh, pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly! And this witness's testimony will be
Incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? Who's that? You don't mean Dolly?
For fuck's sake, Judge. Why is the judge so stupid?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. She was there, apparently. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Huh? Girl boss. Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
Nani?
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
I hope this just doesn't turn into another 4-hour stream. April 11th, 11:52 a.m. That was an hour? Oh, 2 hours. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there.
It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. After hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why.
The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Her tits are this big. I know that because of how straight I am. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. What? Actually, I'm starting to be a lawyer on the side.
On the side?
Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together.
Why is she carrying that parasol indoors?
As soon as I first set eyes on her, I popped the hugest boner. I'm straight. I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this.
Huh?
She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love.
That's a red flag.
Damn it! She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. And booze!
Certainly is a little bottle, alright.
It makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Everyone. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating?
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me.
Please give it back now. Oh. Oh.
What a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Huh? Yeah, it was. But how'd you...
This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse.
What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse.
Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Shit. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
I like that it just says it's a clipping, not what's in it. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving.
That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be cunt! Oh, I like that one. I like that safe theme. It hasn't been It hasn't been 2 hours yet, so let's keep going. April 11th, 12:13. Pum! District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dollie Hawthorne to the stand.
What a cutie. Oh my god, no, never mind, I hate her already. What the fuck? What is this music?
In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
God damn it, Judge. I don't like this music. I don't like her theme. I can't believe he actually said that!
Oh, now then, witness.
Oh, good. I'm glad he didn't comment on her.
Could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up, Judge.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size with my penis hair.
I will bash them with my gavel!
I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Mia's hotter, I'm just gonna say it. Thank you for calming my nerves. You were all so nice. I almost feel right at home. She's the murderer, isn't she? I was joking before when I said she wanted the throat goat status pack, but now I think she's actually the murderer. I know nothing about this game. Again, I've watched, like... We've already passed where I played up to the first time. And we're also well past, like, where I watched in the anime.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. She's speaking Keigo, isn't she? In Japanese, that's full Keigo.
The honor is all mine.
Oh no, the honor is all mine.
Zuko pops in. No, the honor is mine! Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's not what I wanted. Holy shit. That's what I've seen that screenshot before. Here you go, Dimitri. Enjoy those. This fucking music. Can we have a cover of that song, but with Dahlia's voice actress? Oh, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. It's better than... I don't know why she's British. Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Dolly and Feeney. Dolly and Feeney. Dolly and... I'm not reading that.
Yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's gonna be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger, and every second felt like an eternity.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
How did those butterflies get in here?
Bailiff, who the fuck let butterflies into my courtroom?
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And then he died. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion.
Hold on, let me try that again.
As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us of the truth.
But I would never. That's more than enough witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I do not have time for this bullshit. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Teehee, you haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Nani?
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yeah, we have met before. Once. Anyway.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Aren't you my age, Mia? Can I look at how old she is? I cannot. Okay. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I wanted to enter the courthouse, I was walking through the front doors.
What? How else would you enter? Teleportation? Instant transmission? Are you Nightcrawler, Your Honor? So who's this Dougie person? Oh, good. Yes, good. Me is just as dumb as the judge. Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. Huh. Interesting. 8 months ago, which is when the last trial was? So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? Dougie was trying to suck him off. How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Yeah, Miss Fey, you bitch!
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here? Wow, I'm glad that all defense attorneys just get shat on at all times in this universe.
Please go on. What did you see next?
And so, oh wait, I don't need to read that. Whoops, back. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie. If I press it for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about it, Chester? Show the... Oh, I can read this. Okay. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never.
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition? That is, she has no supporting...
Go, Mia.
Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing it. Gives me a boner.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push him. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testicle, Moni. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. I'm just saying whatever's in my brain right now. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Powinix Wright, and the victim, Doug Goatthroat.
Yes, that's right. Throat goat, not goat throat. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Do you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh. I like the sound of that.
Mr. Judge-san? I don't know what judge is in Japanese.
Now then, please.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. I'm gonna tilt the camera up just a bit. That did nothing. That's better. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. How? But how could they have known that? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
Yes, I was just so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been mightier.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie. She knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia! Pat myself on the back. That giving yourself a medal mean. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.